What up, what up? Say So G, back on the video. So the title of this video is going to be, no one gives a crap about men. Now, I know I'm going to probably name it a little bit differently on the title, but you guys are pretty much understand what I'm talking about. So admin notes. Thanks again to all the subscribers to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing your video out to give you leverage to better yourselves. So let's get into it. So why do I say that no one gives a crap about men? Now, I know I'm kind of going off task a little bit here because, making a video like this as of right now is going to kind of skew my algorithm a little bit because I've been talking mainly about money. And I've been talking mainly about, YouTube as a whole and how to grow yourself on YouTube. So I know that making this video is going to throw my algorithm off a little bit, but it's my channel. Guess what? I'm going to do what I want to do when it comes to my channel, right? And I'm also always going to come up here and actually try to give value and actually try to explain certain things when it comes to certain topics and just subjects that I think that need to be talked about. Because it's all about growth. It's all about, giving value to people, informing people, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm pretty sure this video may not be for every single person that subscribes to my channel or watching my channel, but it is what it is. I'm gonna talk about it. So there's gonna be a couple of things that I'm gonna explain here when it comes to why I say that no one gives a crap about men. It's gonna be a couple of things that I'm gonna talk about that I actually had spoke on before on this channel. And I'm also gonna give a scenario that actually did happen recently that I saw on a reel, and it blew me away, yo. It really did. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, that reel is what actually motivated me to make this video. So first one, 50-50. So I've made a couple of videos about that when it comes to, men and women going 50-50 on bills, essential bills, right? And, just going half and half on everything. So I've said before that, if your family dynamic, I don't want to say it's catered to that, but if your family dynamic has been structured in that way and it's working for you and there's no issues and, everything's going smooth, there's no disruption. Basically you guys are partners, you're equal partners, and you're going about this thing. You my ride or die, he's my ride or die, and she's my ride or die, and all those other things, right? I have no dog in the fight when it comes to that. I am totally on board. You do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm never going to put a video out there that is going to degrade what somebody's doing. You know what I'm saying? I just make videos to put information out there. It has nothing to do with me, saying that something's wrong, because everybody's different. Everybody has their own opinion on certain things. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna like degrade somebody or degrade a couple for doing these things. And mind you, I'm really talking about married couples, not boyfriend and girlfriend. If you're going 50-50 with your boyfriend and girlfriend, so actually, let me think about that a little bit here. Because I could be wrong with certain things, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not perfect. 50-50 boyfriend and girlfriend. Actually, I think that probably will work. I think it probably will work. Because, boyfriend and girlfriend is not necessarily a solid commitment to a certain degree. I'm not saying that, because you're only boyfriend and girlfriend, you can just go out there and do whatever you want to do with another person. I'm not saying it at all. I'm just saying that, like, basically boyfriend and girlfriend is like you're making a conscious decision to be with that person, only that person, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Because if you mess around and go and, date somebody else, hug somebody else in a provocative way, whatever you do, you know what I'm saying, to violate the terms of that relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a breach of contract to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, your boyfriend and girlfriend, you're verbally saying and you're making a conscious commitment to be with that person. But at the end of the day, a lot of folks will say that even though she's my girlfriend, technically I'm single, I'm not married. That's how some folks look at relationships. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand and definitely vet who you dating. because some folks don't think that boyfriend and girlfriend is considered a committed relationship in their mind, right? But anyways, getting back to the topic. So 50-50 if you're a husband and wife and you're married. The thing is, what the problem with that is that, and this is my personal opinion, I've seen this happen a couple of times before, you know, when the woman is not able to work anymore, or, you know, I mean, let's just say, like, I mean, real talk, like, let me talk to guys for a second. You know, the guys watching this video right now, you do understand that you may have a wife one day come to you and tell you that I quit my job. Like, straight up, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've seen some videos where the guy was extremely pissed, the husband, right? And basically, he told his wife, like, you know what? I don't know why the hell you did that, but guess what? These bills got to get paid. You need to go back out there and get a job. I'm going to tell you right now, gentlemen. I'm going to tell you right now. If you tell that to your wife, I don't care how much she love you, she going to feel some type of way about that. I'm just saying. Even though y'all been 50-50 for years, if she come to you and say that she quit her job for whatever reason, and you pretty much telling her that, you know, that, hey, I don't know what the hell you did, you know what I'm saying? But if you were going to come to me about me to quit my job and I quit, and you're going to cuss me out, you know what I'm saying? Or be mad at me, then what's the difference with me being a husband being mad at you? You know what I'm saying? Even though you're my wife, these bills got to get paid. You need to go out there and get a job. You need to get a job. I don't know why you quit your job. You need to get a job and pay these bills. That's not going to sit well with your wife. And that's one of the points. That's one of the reasons why I titled this video, people don't give a about men. Because I'm telling you right now, your wife is going to get to a point, possibly, I'm not saying all wives, but there's going to be some wives out there that's not going to give about you by you saying that. Basically, all the love she got for you is going to just go away. Because what men don't understand, what they understand, you know what I'm saying, they just don't want to put in the work, and they don't want to acknowledge it, you know what I'm saying? 50-50, a lot of times, well, in this day and age, I guess it does work as long as everybody's healthy, right? But that's another problem too, you know what I'm saying? Like, if one gets unhealthy and the person can't work anymore, it's like, what you gonna do? Bills still got to get paid, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But what I'm saying is, with this point, is that, you know, a lot of women derive their security based off of the man being able to do everything for them, to take care of them. Like, it's security for them, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's not necessarily that the woman shouldn't be working. I'm not saying that women should not work. I'm just saying that, you know, in a healthy relationship, in a healthy marriage, if you are not in a position as a husband where you can take care of your wife by yourself without her working, that's a problem, y'all. That is a serious problem. And I'm telling you, the world don't give about none of us. They don't give a crap about us at all. You know what I'm saying? Even your wife. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put any thoughts into a woman's mind when it comes to these things, but I'm telling you, more than 90% of women, I'm just making a generalization right now. I'm just going to straight up and say it. I think 90% of women in that situation is going to not give a crap about you, because they're going to feel some type of way that you told them that you got to go out there and work because you can't pay the bills. You can't take care of them. It dries up, y'all, and you know what I'm talking about. It dries up when I'm telling you, when you tell women these things, especially your wife, right? You telling your wife she got to work. She has to work. She can't sit on her ass. She got to work. She got to get some money, because if we don't, we're gonna be on the street. How did that sound to your wife? How does that sound to your wife? How does that sound to your wife? Are you telling your wife that if you don't work, we're gonna be in the streets? Second point. The video that I made recently about the man that Garcelle, she said that women should pay alimony to men. You know, I think that the meme was like, if the wife divorces the husband, then the husband should be entitled to alimony if the wife made more than the guy. Now, I've already made a video about that. So go into my archive and find a video. I just made it recently. So you listen to that and you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm not gonna harp on that particular topic, but all I gotta say about that one is that I'm not sure I should even talk about that one, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because I've already said a lot about it on video, and that's just a really hard subject. That was a hard video, y'all. That was a really hard video. It really was, because I couldn't understand how so many men in those comments were advocating women paying their way. It's disheartening. It really is. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But if you see that video, you'll see what my opinion on that is, and what I think about that. But bottom line, for real, like, I can't see that. I can't see my wife paying me alimony. I just can't see that. I can't see that. I don't see anyone paying me alimony, honestly. Like, really. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy to me. So, last point I'm gonna give on this topic. There was a reel that I saw. This reel is crazy, y'all. It really is. And I'm saying I'm gonna try to explain it as best as possible, but I'm probably not gonna give it the justice that it needs, honestly. So this reel is a guy that's in church, black guy. I'm pretty sure it's a black church, and it's not funny, but it's funny. It's funny to a certain degree the way these folks reacted to the situation, and like I said, it was one of the main reasons why I'm making this video, like, for real. I keep doing this, you know what I'm saying, to my Facebook, because I'm like, it's almost like it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. It's like I have to do this to try to calm myself and not get too angry. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't understand how people could do stuff like this, like, for real. So anyway, the reel. So the guy comes up there and he starts off by saying that he had been paying for prostitutes for the last 2 years. Now, mind you, he's in front of the congregation. He's actually at the pulpit, right? Well, I'm sorry. You can't really see exactly how the church is structured, so I'm not exactly sure if he's actually behind the podium of where the pastor preaches. A lot of pastors don't allow that, honestly. You know what I'm saying? They'll have a separate podium for guests or people that are guest speaking, or folks from the church will come to that podium and speak. So I'm not exactly sure if it's an actual pulpit or not, but in any case, he's definitely in front of the congregation. Everybody sees him. And he literally starts off getting up on that podium by saying that he's been paying for prostitutes for the last 2 years. And he said that's the reason why he met his wife, because his wife was a prostitute, right? Now the way he was speaking of this video, his wife stopped prostituting, right? But he had been still paying for prostitutes after he got married to his wife. That's the big issue. You know what I'm saying? He met his wife through prostitution because his wife was a prostitute. He got married to her, but he still was out paying for prostitutes. And he said he was doing this every single day for 2 years straight. I'm not even going to get into the situations for like how he was able to hide this money away from his wife to pay for prostitutes. Like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, he's pouring his heart out on this podium. And basically he's saying that he needs to repent. He needs to, you know, to come to God, have a moment, and he's confessing his sins. He's confessing that he's been doing something that is not conducive to what God wants him to do, right? And there was a lady that was in the crowd that said, what did he say? Now, I'm not exactly sure if that was his wife that said that. I'm not exactly sure at all. But I could hear the hums and the ahs and the oohs and all those other things or whatever in the crowd. And I'm sitting here like, I understand that what he said was very shocking for somebody to come up in front of a congregation and actually say something like that. But afterwards, it should have been an outpouring of support, because at the end of the day, nobody can judge them. You know what I'm saying? We're not here to judge people. We're just not, folks. We're not here to judge people. We're here to you know, give an olive branch to our fellow man and to support our fellow man that has fallen and bring him back up, right? Or bring him or her back up, right? And acknowledge that they're trying to repent and trying to better themselves. And that reaction to that church was kind of crazy. It really was. Like, it's basically was one of those things like, how dare you come up here on this podium to say something like this? And we're not giving you no support. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You cheated on your wife. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's telling you that he did that. You know what I'm saying? He wants to repent. He could have sat there and not said anything, right? But he said it anyway because he wanted to pour his heart out to the congregation, to people in the church that he thought that loved him and cared about him, right? Because he's doing it because he's crying out for help. He needs help. And it seemed like the church wasn't trying to help him. Then I dialed down to the comments. I didn't want to talk about what the comments were saying. Like, it was crazy. People don't give about men. They don't. So here's the solution. I got to give an answer to the question, right? Here's the solution. So a couple of things. So number one, men have to acknowledge that people don't give about them, or society as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Stop being delusional. Stop thinking that everybody's for you. Stop thinking that women are going to be able to do things for you. You know what I'm saying? When, not to say that your wife wouldn't do anything for you. I'm not saying it at all. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that, you know, there's so many situations in life where men have to do things on their own, and they're not gonna get any support. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain scenarios where men are expected not to have support. They are expected to do things on their own, depending on what it is, right? There's a reel that I saw from 50 Cent a long time ago, maybe a couple years ago, and I'll never forget what he said in this reel. He was getting interviewed, and he was saying, "I never ran from anybody because I had no one to run to." He said, "What I'm gonna do when I'm gonna run home, who's there? Nobody's there for me, right?" So he basically said he never ran from anything, and that resonated with me so much. It really did. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause being in the projects, I could not run from anything. You know what I'm saying? Because even though I had a home to run home to, nobody was gonna be there to support me from running from something, right? So acknowledging that people are not going to be there for you to a certain degree, except for maybe your homeboys and a handful of friends. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother said this all the time to me. You got so-called friends. You know what I'm saying? You only got a small group of people that you can call friends. If it is a group, it might be just one person, right? So, you know, acknowledging that, you know, that people don't give a crap about you is the first step, right? The second step is for you to get a mentor, and for you to be able to confide in somebody. There's another man, right, to be a soundboard and to be able to bring things to him and get his opinion on certain things. Now, I'm not going to say that you can't tell everything to your wife. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, there's just certain things that a wife shouldn't know. And I mean, I know I'm probably gonna get some backlash on this and everything, whatever. But what I'm saying is that there's certain things that happens in a marriage. You know what I'm saying? Not to say anything that's gonna be a detriment to the marriage and to your wife. All I'm saying is that there's certain things that your wife don't need to know, and you need to handle yourself before it gets out of hand. If that makes any sense, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things that you need to navigate on your own to make sure you don't stretch your wife out. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you're supposed to keep secrets from your wife. I'm just saying that me for example, there was so many. There's been a lot of things in our marriage that I took care of because for one, I could take care of it. I already knew I could take care of it, and number two, I didn't want to stress my wife out. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to keep her sane. She needs to be okay. You know what I'm saying? I could care less about me being okay. She needs to be okay, right? So, you know, that's all to say that, you know, that you got to pull your bootstraps up, and you gotta go out there and you gotta get it. And you have to have tough skin. You have to be strong. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying for you to, you know, to push yourself over the edge, because, you know, because there is some men out there that, you know, they kind of believe in self-harm. So if that's the case, then get some help, some professional help. I may make I want to make a video about that when it comes to mental health for men, for people in general, but mainly for men. So that's coming up, you know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for that. I know I made a video about that last month, but I could not get the app to work when it comes to actually streaming and having a whole bunch of folks being able to be on the same stream at the same time. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do it last month, but it's coming. It's coming, y'all. But anyways, drop some comments in the comment section below. Let me know what y'all think. I know I've been on this video for a long time tonight, so I'm gonna go upstairs and have me a tasty beverage, and go and clock out. But I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. You want me to discuss the topic or something that benefits your channel? Email me at aceog757@gmail.com. My email address is in the description below. Say so G, signing out. I'm gone.